You're probably watching a lot of movies at home and thinking, I need a screen that looks good, doesn't take up a whole wall, and actually works when I have the lights on a little bit. That hesitation wondering whether you'll end up with a projector that looks great in the showroom but turns your living room into a dim cave keeps most people from taking the plunge. You want something reliable, easy to live with day after day, and worth the money you're putting down, not just a gadget that flashes a long feature list. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Hisense PT1 Ultra Short Throw Triple Laser Projector tries to answer that exact dilemma. It's marketed as a 4K UHD machine with laser light, Dolby Vision and Atmos, and Google TV built right in. Those buzzwords can feel overwhelming, but the real question is how it behaves once you set it up on a coffee table or a low shelf, and whether it lives up to the promise of a home theater experience without turning your apartment into a dedicated media room. Let's start with the ultra short throw concept, because that's the biggest practical difference from a traditional projector. The PT1 sits just a few inches from the wall and throws an image that can fill anywhere from 80 to 150 inches. In practice, that means you can place it on a piece of furniture you already have, or mount it on a low shelf, and you won't need to worry about a long throw distance or a ceiling mount. For renters or anyone who doesn't want to drill holes through the ceiling, this is a massive plus. I've seen a lot of people try to shoehorn a standard projector into a small apartment and end up with a cramped setup, but with this ultra short throw you basically get a large screen without sacrificing floor space. Brightness is often the Achilles heel of laser projectors, especially when you're not in a completely dark room. The PT1 puts out 2500 ANSI lumens, which puts it in the sweet spot for most living rooms where you have some ambient light. In a test with typical living room lighting, soft ceiling lights, and a lamp on a side table, the image stayed vivid enough to see detail without the colors looking washed out. If you regularly binge watch in a darkened home theater, you'll get even more punch, but you won't be forced to black out the whole room. That level of brightness also means you can use it for daytime TV or even casual gaming without constantly dimming the lights. Google TV is another part of the package that tries to make the PT1 feel like an honest-stop entertainment hub. Instead of having a separate streaming stick or a smart TV box, the projector runs Google TV natively, so you can pull up Netflix, Disney+, YouTube, or any other app directly from the remote. The interface is the same you'd see on a Chromecast with Google TV, which most people already know how to navigate. That eliminates the need for extra cables and keeps the whole setup tidy. If you already have a Google ecosystem at home like Nest speakers or Android phones, the remote's voice commands work smoothly, and casting from your phone is essentially a drag and drop. Now, the picture quality. The 4K AI Upscaler is Hisense's marketing term for its ability to take lower resolution content and boost it to near 4K detail. In real-world use, that means a 1080p Blu-ray looks sharper than it would on a typical 1080p projector, and streaming video that's upscaled to 4K doesn't look as pixelated. Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos bring HDR and immersive sound into the mix, but there's a catch: you need a TV-sized speaker system or soundbar that can actually decode Dolby Atmos to feel the full impact. If you're just using the built-in speakers, the audio will be clear but not the atmospheric experience the marketing promises. Most reviewers I've read say the visual side shines deep blacks, bright whites, and a decent color gamut for the price point, but the audio upgrade is only as good as the external sound solution you pair it with. What about the practical downsides? The first thing you'll notice is the fan noise. Because it's a laser projector, the light source itself is quiet, but the cooling fans spin up when you push the brightness higher. In a dark room, you can hear a faint whirring that becomes more noticeable if you sit very close to the screen. It's not a deal breaker, but if you're extremely sensitive to background noise, you might want to keep the volume a bit higher to mask it. Another point is the lamp's laser lifespan. Hisense lists a 20,000 hour life for the laser, which sounds impressive, but that's under ideal conditions. Realistically, if you run the projector for 3 to 4 hours a night, you're looking at a decade of use still good, but you'll eventually need a replacement module, which can be pricey compared to a traditional lamp. Installation isn't as plug and play as the ad suggests.